Surfside Beach Police are certified to serve people with autism after training. I'm Steven from Tostemac, and today's autism news takes us to Surfside Beach, South Carolina, where a new training program is being put into place on how to help police officers better handle situations with autistic individuals. We'll go over the full article together, and if you're interested in reading this on your own time, just click the link in the video description down below. Surfside Beach police officers are certified to better serve people on the autism spectrum after completing a training program from the Champion Autism Network. Autism is a spectrum, and sensory overload can combine with misunderstanding context in many ways. If they're at a traffic stop and the police officer asks to see their license, and the license is in their wallet in their back pocket that they're sitting on, the person with autism might say, "No, you can't see my license," CAN's Executive Director Becky Large said. She knows how people on the spectrum vary and combine in all sorts of ways well, because her son has high-functioning autism. She said others might have facial blindness, making interactions even more challenging. They can't recognize a smile or a sneer or tears or someone who's frustrated. They don't see that. So there's a whole host of things that are being communicated to them, not verbally, she said. We really have to rely on the outside world to support the people with autism and pick up on the cues. She said that it is especially important for the police officers. The cop might put his hand on the gun or the taser, and the person with autism is still not picking up on it, and all of a sudden they're getting pulled out of a car. Who knows? We've seen it. That's exactly what CAN's program hopes to avoid. After Surfside Beach Police Department's completion, Chief Kenneth Hoffman said it's bringing benefits to any de-escalating situation. If officers have those skills to be able to recognize any trait, autism as well, they can just slow it down a little bit and communicate in the right way, Chief Hoffman said. It also brings officers into someone with autism's world. It's not like a 40-minute, oh my god, snooze fest, Large said. That's not the point. We want it to be engaging. We want people to remember. Chief Hoffman said they also worked with CAN to create the Community Assistance Program, or CAP. It lets families who live in the town or are visiting fill out a form to list special needs. Just for example, not running your siren if we have information that could create problems, then the officer could know to turn the siren off at an appropriate time, he said. This type of training is so important to a good, healthy, functioning police department and police officers within their community. So there's the full article. What are my thoughts on the matter? I like it. I really like to see that there are more and more training programs being put into place to help the police department better connect with the autistic community. Now, for those who have been watching my videos for a while, thank you very much by the way, you'll probably notice that I've been covering quite a few of these lately. There was one in Buffalo, New York, one in West Pelzer, South Carolina, and the reason for that is that I want to find more positive articles like this one. We're so used to hearing on the mainstream news about negative news about police officers mishandling situations with autistic individuals. And the problem with that is that not only do people become numb to that news, but it shines a bad light on the rest of the police force, and it sucks. If there is one thing that really bites more than anything else, or at least the top 5, is being prejudged based on a label or your job title or something going on the news. Because I feel like the autistic community can face that issue too, with being shined in the bad light or just being prejudged. In a sense, I feel like I can relate to the police force in that regard. And that's why I want to help build that bridge between the police department and the autistic community. Now, I know that there are some people that'll just never give police officers a chance no matter what they say or do. And that's unfortunate, but that doesn't mean that we should give up on this idea. We just need to keep working at it. Is it going to take a long time? Yes. Are there going to be some mistakes? Most certainly. But that doesn't mean we should just stop, pack up, and that's a wrap. We should just keep going with this. I want to see more programs like this. Like, it looks like it's focusing on the East Coast right now, but hopefully we'll get more and more of these further down in the West Coast as well. Now, this is actually the first time I've heard of this organization, let me pull it up again, called the Champion Autism Network. And they're actually all around the country too. Most of it is focused on the East Coast, and there's only like a few Southwest Coast locations here and there. There's one in California, there's one in Texas, and there's even one in Colorado. Hey, Colorado location, feel free to email me at tostemac@gmail.com. Let's work together. But that's a minor note. So, I also like that this is not just a, like they said, a 40-minute presentation of, a snooze fest. That there's actually some hands-on training with this. And I've kind of emphasized on this on a news video a while back, saying that it's not enough just to get online training. You're gonna forget 70 to 80% of it if you just do the online training by itself. It's only when you get your hands on the situation, actually experiencing it, that the information really starts to cement into your mind. So I'm really happy to see this. I'm looking forward to more of it, especially if this is at a beach location. That place can be sensory overload for a lot of autistic people. Like if you got all these people running around, all this commotion, the bright lights, the temperature, there are a lot of factors to take into account. And I also saw in the video on here, we're not gonna show it in this video because copyright issues, that originally they had planned on something like using a sticker on a vehicle or whatever location to indicate, hey, there's someone with autism here. And they mentioned in the video, as something I feared, that this creates a problem because it causes targeted bullying. So thankfully, they're getting rid of that, and they're just putting it on the police department area that, hey, these officers are trained to handle situations with autistic individuals. And I'm really, really excited to see where this goes. But what do you think? Do you agree or disagree? What are your thoughts about more and more police departments making an effort to better understand the autistic community? Let us know in the comments section below. On that note, it's time to end the video. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. If you enjoy what you see, consider subscribing to Tostemac to stay up to date in our latest videos. Also, for the rest of the schedule for this month, next Saturday, we will have an autism video talking about positive coping mechanisms. And then after that, the last video for 2021 will just be me and Thomas talking about how this year went for us and what we expect to do next year. So, thank you very much for watching. And until the next video, see you later.